It was strange returning to school after a pandemic. Zoom fatigue had really set in. I'd lost track of how many times I responded to texts or opened up another app during my virtual lectures. Maybe I'd respond to a text on WhatsApp, look at memes on Discord, or even watch a YouTube video during a live lecture. I didn't even get the chance to say a proper goodbye to those at my undergraduate college. We thought we would relax in the student lounge, carefree during our senior year, getting free food from some club event in the student center. That definitely didn't end up happening. Though we've accepted that reality and felt stuck in a strange maze of idleness since graduation, suddenly classes are back in person. It was strange enough to adapt to online learning, which we can all agree sucked. But now it was strange adjusting to something that wasn't quite what we left behind. It was like leaving a slice of pizza in the fridge for later and coming back to see half of it eaten. Darn siblings. When you finally become accustomed to a system, mastered it even, you feel quite confident. But eventually, the level of challenge daily life provides just isn't the same anymore. You know what time to leave so that you'll catch the latest bus that will still get you to campus on time. You know how to get on through the back doors if the bus is packed. How to pretend you're shocked that your Metro card doesn't have any money when you swipe in front of the bus driver. You know how long it takes to walk from one building in one part of campus to another. You know where you're getting your lunch, how much it costs, and how long it'll take you to eat. You know how many activities you can do in your break between classes. You know that at 3 o'clock, students from the high school across the street get out, and that the buses will be packed for the next half hour. You know the layout of the buildings on campus, where the rebellious kids make out in the basement. I swear it was an accident. You know where the departments and labs are. You know that if you take a certain staircase, go to the third floor, past the study rooms, on the corner on the left, you'll find a quiet place to study in the library. You know all of these things after encountering them so many times a week for years. But somewhere along the way, somewhere down the line, all of this stopped mattering. Something or some things changed, and now you'll have to learn again. The roadmaps you've made, while they helped you navigate your life in periods of certainty, are no longer valid. It can even feel like betrayal. But no one promised that life would constantly stay the same. Even more so for someone who experienced hardship, like getting laid off after working somewhere for so long. Maybe we had just gotten in sync and began perfecting our rituals. We thought we had left nervousness and the anxiety of starting anew behind us. no matter what the adjustment, life goes on. The world functions independently from you and your circumstances. It's not wise to get attached to routine because things always change. I've realized I make the habit of setting a day schedule in which I do pretty much the same thing every day. I wake up at the same time, study at the same times, eat at the same hours, day after day. And suddenly, something comes along to disrupt that schedule. I get frustrated and scramble to make arrangements to get everything back into position. Sacrifice anime time. I'll watch now and sleep later. Maybe it gives me a sense of control over my life. Having the same situations occur and ultimately staying in my comfort zone. In an effort to stay in my comfort zone, I've become an agreeable person. I cared so much about what other people thought that I didn't even want them to realize that I was filming my train ride. I didn't want to appear as if I were a tourist or an international student. If you've noticed, my shots are low, and had I worried less about what others thought, I might have been able to capture more. I didn't film at certain points because I thought it would be awkward. I missed fantastic shots because I worried I would look like a dork. Even though I know that nobody cares that I was filming the city or my university, it was hard for me to stop thinking about it. How I believed people viewed me. And how could I convince myself that even if strangers thought something, it would only be for a moment, and it wouldn't affect me. This clip is a perfect example of me being so focused on what other people think of me and ending up missing a quality shot. Definitely more intimidating than my undergraduate university. Eating lunch alone for the first time in a while reminded me that new situations, though sometimes uncomfortable, are a part of life, that they can be opportunities for growth. Going to graduate school for the first time, during orientation, a professor mentioned imposter syndrome. I feel it from time to time. Am I really attending a prestigious university? Am I even good enough? Was it a mistake or a fluke? Do I really want to become a therapist? Is this just a phase? At orientation, that professor reminded us that it was normal to feel that way. I knew it was, but knowing something and feeling like it's true are different things. Like many transitions, you don't know what to expect. Routine has suddenly left you, and you feel the ground roll up underneath you, dropping you into the dark abyss of uncertainty. However, when a chapter finishes, a new one begins. New friendships, new adventures, new struggles, of course. But we've faced transitions before. It's okay to get out of our comfort zones and try something new. But life moves on, leaving behind those who refuse to adapt. So cherish your opportunities because your book isn't finished and the ink hasn't dried.